I've been asked a number of times about the rifle I'm running for the rimfire events. So this is a little breakdown of my CZ competition rimfire. I say competition, but really it's a stock standard hunting, off the shelf, plinking, sort of nothing special, with a couple little tweaks and bolt-ons and a nice scope. So it's a stock standard CZ 452 with the polymer stock, which has been good, but nothing fancy, and the nickel plated barreled action. The only thing actually modified on that is the trigger. I replaced the spring out to make it a little bit nicer to shoot that trigger. They come with a pretty heavy trigger. So a little change on that, and that's been a good upgrade. At the front I've got the Harris bipod with the spiked feet and the quick throw lever on the locking mechanism. It has been really good. I mean, I've used Harris bipods for a long time, and given that it comes with a sling stud, that's sort of what I've defaulted to. As for the optics side of things, I've got an EGW 20 MOA rail on there that's clamped on, and I guess beyond that is the Vortex Razor. Now, to be fair, that normally sits on a centerfire. It's only because I'm not shooting that centerfire at the moment that I've grabbed it off and put it on the 22. I probably wouldn't be able to put one of these on a normal rimfire competition gun, but at the moment that's what I'm running, that's what I'm shooting the most of. So that's there in the spur mount with the accuracy first bubble level, all really nice sort of gear. So a few of the sort of personalization things is, you see I've got this covered in Velcro everywhere. So this side here, that's for the data card, mount onto there, and then that way I can put my data exactly where I need it. This Velcro under here, I don't really use so much, but I've got a Hulk saddle barricade mount that Velcros onto that. There's actually a pretty good sort of grippy stop on it. I just generally run the barricade in that scenario. The Velcro on this side, it serves sort of two purposes. One, I can use the magazine holder from Short Action Precision, very similar to the 2-round holders that you'll see on a whole stack of centerfire guns, but it'll hold a standard CZ magazine in it like that. Now they're really good, but what I've done is I've actually got Velcro dots on my magazines. So I will mount up my spare magazines like that, really quick to grab off, throw straight in, and away you go, drop them out, next one in. It's been extremely effective and stupidly cheap to do that. However, there are some times where it doesn't work. You can imagine if I'm going to put this on a barricade, I haven't got the bipod there, or if the barricade's going to be on this side, it's really quick for these to end up toppling off and I'm out of magazines, go to grab one and they're not there. A situation like that, I will run the magazine holder because that will actually keep that magazine in there in a much better position. Coming down the back end of the rifle, and this is a really important one. It looks trashy and terrible, but really effective. So this is the cheek riser. This is super important to get my eye up to the level of the scope so I can look through it comfortably. Let me take this off. You see all the junk that's in here, because it's not pretty, but it works. Alright, we'll cover that in a second. So this cheek rest would be great if I was running a 2 to 7 by 35 mm scope that's really low and my eye would be at the perfect height. But I'm not, and I have a big fat mount with a huge amount of clearance, and the really important thing is to get my cheek up so I can be really consistent with that mount. So there are much better ways to do this, but again, worked with what I had on the dough. I've got a towel and some stubby holders, and then this device here that sort of encapsulates it all together and can bring that up. And the good thing about something like this, some of them will come with pre-fit parts, but either way you can sort of put whatever you need to under there to get it to the right height and clamp it down around the back as well, and that way it's going to stay in position, be on there, be really consistent with where you put your head and allow you to shoot better. So that's a quick rundown of my 22 competition gun that I've been using this year. I apologise for not doing it earlier. I have no excuse. That's right, my shed was terrible. That's the excuse I'm claiming, that I haven't been able to film in here because it's been, anyway. That's my 2020 competition rig, but things might change in 2021. We'll see you then. What do you call these? I sell them, I should know.